Oh, and Merry Christmas, advanced Latin students. So, here we are. 1 week has passed. We've had fun for Christmas. Now we should get down to start to business because when you come back, you will have an exam, level 3 exam. Preparation for level 3 exam is given in this coding. It's also part of college readiness. Now, your leader has either assigned you or I've assigned you a coding. You are responsible for the coding and the game separately. Everything should have an author and an editor. And we should find that by double typing by Smith and slash, and who's the editor for this one that was decided? Miranda. So, therefore, by Smith and Miranda. So Smith will work, Miranda will edit. So the choices should be randomized because we are dealing with the game. These are all the heroes that are found in level 3. And I've given a little tutorial for each of them right here. If you click on it, and you could go to the tutorial to bone up on what you need. I have also prepared the tutorials for Fug You.
Ant-Man contains
So that's
a
a
lot
pretty
of
cool thing.
adjectives.
That's
So
pretty
we're going to
exciting.
start.
Now, your leader should have set you out with 5 topics from the Storehouse. Each of these should have 5 topics, and that's chosen. Now, one or two of the groups not where they need to be yet, so they don't have necessarily everything like this one right here. So, how do you do it if you don't have anything under your topics? You need to go get it. So the key is, here's the Storehouse link, and just go to that. And let's take a look at what we're dealing with on this one. We're dealing with a coding that I just saw in Deadpool. I already did the present participles, but we need to do 5 perfect participles. So when you look at the Christmas coding for the Christmas offensive Storehouse, this is where we store up the weapons. We'll go down to Deadpool, and they've already highlighted it. Some have highlighted us cherry picking, but that's okay. And we need 5. So, therefore, you just grab, hopefully from the top in a block, Control C, highlight it so nobody else grabs it. Let's make it yellow. I like yellow. And then we go back to the coding, and we insert them there. Now, notice the choices I gave you should be followed through. The example should be followed through. So having been wounded would be appropriate. You need to bold, do everything you're used to. So Deadpool, Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, all of these look pretty good. I'm going to make myself smaller. Look how thin I am. And then, beard looks nice. So the games are all rather straightforward. The examples are given. I've even given you what the card will look like so you're familiar with it. Given you tutorial. Even gave you the coding for the game, which is the coding is due on by next Sunday, I think. About a week. Not to do many, maybe about 28 or so, 24. Some a little smaller, some a little more. Now, there are several coding areas that we do need to talk about. Those who have the Thor are dealing with only a matching game. And I have given you a link to Bullfinch's mythology. So, if you need to find information on any of the gods, you can go there, because this coding right here is looking for Aurora. And if you don't see Aurora here, then you can merely just do a quick search for Aurora in a mythology web. That's the best idea. Back to this one, sorry. So for Thor, you are dealing with mythology and transformation. Be specific, but not more than this, really. It's not a lot that you have to write. You just need to be able to know all the myths of transformation, romance, and also some of the minor gods. For the thing is divided into two sections. There's a lot. The first section is dealing with ceremonies. So I gave you Roman religious videos, and also this is a cool one, a Roman kind of Wikipedia. So it gives you a kind of clear details. I just merely want to have a definition that's clear what it is. So we deal with funerals, triumphs, literature. The literature is going to be a lot. So look at all those authors. Something specific about each author, not just a Roman author. Now, one person's going to have to do the calendar. The calendar is rather straightforward. It's not that tough. That's why it's 25 are here for the calendar. So let's take a look at what we're dealing with for the calendar. I have two. Well, first we need some calendar stuff, don't we? Gotta have some calendar stuff. So I'm going to go down to the thing. Well, it's only the calendar that's listed. I need 25. So there's 27. That's probably going to take us to 51 or so. And I'm going to also highlight it yellow. And then I'm going to go back, put the unhighlighted section right here. And then I'm going to just simply find the date. Now, there's a Roman calendar video, and there's also a Roman calendar tutorial that's actually pretty cool. So if we're looking at ante diem tertium nonas februarius, if you go to that tutorial, ante diem tertius, so before the third day to the nones of February, there's a cool calendar here. See, look, there's a February, right? And it was nones is the 5th. Usually the nones are the 5th or the 7th. Tertia would be 1, 2, 3, and it would be, oh, there it is, ante diem tertia nones, so that'd be 3rd of February. So let's go back to it. So the answer would, of course, be 3 February. Now, what other things could it also be? And this right here, I'd like you to keep the first answer to be the right answer, because we're going to turn these into questions as well. So what could it also be in the February 3rd? Well, let's say a student misread it and they thought it was Calends or the 1st. So it could have been 30th of January. A nice, sexy distractor. What if they considered it to be the eyes? Then it would be the 11th of February. 11 February. And then let's say we just go something wacky. Let's go 15 January. So that calendar, it's rather straightforward. We're going to be, once these get greened, we're going to be importing them into the question bank. So for all the games that are here, I would say that what we really want is to keep with alternating the right answers, except when you're dealing with thing to the calendar. All right, so about 25, 28 different things we got to get done in a week, which is a couple hours, a couple 3 hours. Editing should be less. Make sure it's right when you edit. Submit what you've authored into Jupyter. It'll be there. And if I don't hear from you soon, happy New Year.